Morning students. So today we are going to discuss about the principles of sound financial plan, your last concept in the first chapter. As I said you, it is very important for 14 marks. You will be having a 100% question on this principles of sound financial plan. So when we want to draft a financial plan, they have to follow certain principles. So what are those principles in the sense? Simplicity, clear-cut objectives, flexibility, long-term view, foresight, liquidity, contingencies, economy, optimum use. So what is this simplicity? So simplicity is nothing but a financial plan should be very simple and easy to understand. A complicated financial structure creates complications and confusions. So that is called as simplicity. A financial plan should be simple so that it can be easily understood by everybody. So if the financial plan is not simple, it creates the complications and the confusions in the minds of everybody. So that is called as simplicity. Next, clear cut objective. So whenever the financial plan is drafted, the objective should be clear cut. It should be clear. It should not create any ambiguities. Ambiguities is nothing but confusions. So henceforth a financial plan should be clear and unambiguous. Unambiguous means it should not give any confusions anta artha. So by keeping this in mind, they have to draft a financial plan. So this is one of the principle. Next you have flexibility. A financial plan should not be very rigid. It should be flexible. That means it should be capable of being adjusted according to the needs and the circumstances of the company. Okay, so henceforth the financial plan should be flexible in nature as and when it is required to change according to the situations, a company can run smoothly. If it is rigid, the company cannot change the policies. Okay, so henceforth a financial plan should be flexible. The financial plan should be kept in mind with the long term view of a company. So the financial plan should keep in mind the long term view of a company rather than finding ಈಸಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಒಪ್ಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ವ್ಯೂನ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ನಮಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ದೋ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಫರ್ದರ್. ಸೊ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಿಂದ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ವ್ಯೂ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫೋರ್ಸೈಟ್. So what is this foresight means? Foresight means something which comes in future. In the view of a future, we call it as a foresight. So always a financial plan should be prepared keeping in view the future requirements of capital for a business. ಫ್ಯೂಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡಿಟಿ. ದ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಎನ್ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೂ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಫ್ಯೂಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ your financial plan should ensure such type of liquidity. It should give the possibility of such type of facility to you. So that is called as liquidity. Next is contingencies. The financial plan should keep in view the requirements of the funds for contingencies likely to occur in the futures. ಸೊ ಏನಾದರೂ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಆದಾಗ ಫ್ಯೂಚರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡಿಟಿ, ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆನ್ಸೀಸು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾಗಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ economy. So the cost of raising funds should be kept minimum. It should not impose unnecessary burden on the company. This is possible by having a proper debt equity mix. So once again, whenever the funds has to be raised by the financial institutions, the cost of raising such funds should be minimum. Henceforth futurally it should not create any burden on the company. So burden of the repayment anta artha. Okay, so that point have to be kept in mind. So this is one of the principle of the financial plan. Next is optimum use. What and all funds we have raised, that has to be used effectively and efficiently. So this is one of the principle of a financial plan. So very easier question, very easy to understand and very easy to write as well. Simplicity, once again I'll just give a glance. A financial plan should be simple and easily understood. Clear cut objectives. So a financial plan should have a clear and unambiguous objectives. Next you have flexibility. A financial plan should ensure the flexibility, it should not be rigid. That is, the financial plan should be capable of adjusting for the changing situations. Next you have long term view. A financial plan should keep in mind the long term view of the company, not simply raising the funds, finding the easiest way for raising the funds. Next you have foresight. A financial plan should consider the future requirements, capital of a business. Then liquidity. A financial plan should ensure the liquidity and solvency of an enterprise. Next, contingencies. A financial plan should keep in mind the contingencies of a future occurrings. Next, economy. A financial plan should consist the raising of funds in the reasonable way. Next you have finally the optimum use. Whatever the funds we have raised, that should be effectively and efficiently utilized. So these are the principles of the financial plan. And finally you have organization structure of finance department. So how the finance department is going to be. So different organizations, different industries will be having different finance structure. We shall see one of the example of that. On the topmost will be having shareholders, then comes the board of directors, then come the chairman, then managing director, then the general manager. So under that we will be having production manager, marketing manager, finance manager, purchase manager, research and development manager. Different streams irutte. It is just an example. So under production manager we have assistant production manager, supervisor and workers. Under marketing manager we have assistant marketing manager, marketing supervisor and field force. And this is the important point, that is important explanation, that is finance manager. Organization of finance structure ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್. ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್, ಅಂಡರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ, ಅಂಡರ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೆಜರರ್, controller. So who is a treasurer? He who is going to take care of cash and bank, investment, tax and insurance, credit collections, relationship with the bankers and insurance. So ಈ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ he is the person, we call him as a treasurer. Then we have a controller. He is the person who is going to control the accounting, the budgeting, the financial planning, who is going to frame the financial planning, investment decision, who is going to take economic appraisal, who is going to prepare cost accounts, who is going to do internal audit, who is going to do profit planning, protection of assets, and finally is going to prepare a annual reports. So treasurer and controller both will be having a equal roles in the finance department. And we have purchase manager, under that will be having assistant purchase manager, supervisor and workers. So this is the organization structure of a finance department. So here ends your first chapter. Just note down and start revising. I'll just give you all the questions so that you can start practicing. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.